FB tweet. Pinterest email send text message print. Alexa Beigler sits in her kitchen slowly pouring goldfish out of its wrapper. It's snack time in her Leesburg, Virginia, home, and that means cheesy crackers for her 4-year-old son Carson. But for Beigler's other two sons, Jax, 6 months, and Taylor, 20 months, both of whom were born with a metabolic condition called classic phenylketonuria, PKU, in which their body is unable to process an amino acid found in protein, the kid favorite crackers aren't an option. The lifelong condition requires Beigler's younger two sons to be on medical formula as part of a specialized diet that limits them to 2 grams of protein a day. My boys have classical PKU and their variant, their genetic mutation, is actually only 10% function of that enzyme, so they have some of the worst tolerance around. They only get 2 grams of protein a day, she tells Exclusively. 1 gram comes from their formula and 1 gram comes from food. 6 or 7 crackers or 2 Oreos is a gram of protein. While Carson gets to snack on goldfish, Beigler says she makes a fake version of the cracker so her son Taylor doesn't feel left out. As Jax is only 6 months, he solely relies on his formula. To stay up to date on the best of what has to offer, from juicy celebrity news to compelling human interest stories. Taylor sees his brother having goldfish, so then I have to get this fake cheese and make this fake goldfish, says Beigler. It's a whole thing with snack time. Every breakfast, lunch and dinner I'm making 2 different meals each time. I sit in the kitchen a long time to make things as best as I can for him. In addition to the medical-grade formula, Beigler is able to offer her younger boys 20 free foods, among them apples, grapes and oranges, as well as packaged medical food to account for the other single gram of allotted daily protein. With Taylor being 20 months old, a lot of it goes to waste and it breaks my heart, Beigler says, referencing her toddler's eating habits. A lot of test runs. It slowly breaks my heart each time I throw out $20 worth of medical food. Unlike other parents who have been forced to find alternate formula as the nationwide shortage rages on, Beigler's options are limited. I will never find their formula at any grocery store or at any pharmacy, she explains. It is not in any stores. You wouldn't be able to get it without a prescription. I called the manufacturer, and they're like, oh sorry, that's on back order. I was like, what? Was anyone going to tell me? What am I supposed to do? She says. I hung up the phone and immediately sent an email to our doctors, but no one had any answers. They still don't have any answers. We have about a 2-week supply left. Without the medical-grade formula, the protein in the boys' blood will quickly back up, acting as a neurotoxin in their brain, says Beigler. In a matter of days, they can go from being just fine to having permanent lifelong brain damage. Their quality of life will go to 0 as they lose their fine and gross motor skills. If it affects their brain, that will be forever, and that is terrifying. Beigler says her boys aren't the only ones in desperate need of the life-saving formula. On May 22, President Biden announced that the first international shipment of formula was set to land, with enough to fill over 500,000 baby bottles, the Associated Press reported. But, Beigler says, Families are already being forced to seek out alternative solutions to the shortage while they wait. Over the past month, stress and anxiety is all I've felt, she admits. I literally go to bed thinking, what are we going to do tomorrow? It's not like I can give them cow's milk because that's too much protein. I can't pour extra water in their formula to stretch it. There's literally nothing I can do. I am helpless, Beigler says. I've done everything in my power that I can possibly do. By Georgia Slater at Georgia Slater.